My
are all
nipples
being
are
Alright.
in the way.
Alright, guys. So, last time, it was a little bit hectic. We have finally concluded the mystery of Cherry Moon and put an end to the operation, as well as figured out why the missing Dane Walker, brother to Quinn Walker, was so important to the operation. He was a lupine, a werewolf, and Cherry Moon's main ingredient was werewolf blood. Now, this is an epilogue episode. This is sort of a chance to sort of establish your character and interact with one another. We're going to run this differently. I will not ask for roles. This will all be sort of more of a social situation. It's been a few days, a week has passed, and we are at Crown Records Company building. There's a party tonight, hosted by a Mr. Marcus Payne himself. Marcus, would you like to describe the event for us?
Yeah, as we come into Crown Records, there is an opening, a double door that Marcus pushes open. He's like, "Hello, one and all friends, newcomers, family. We all have today a very wonderful treat for you as a grand reopening. I I have signed with a new band, and we all want to give you all a treat. Those with special invitations, you know where to meet. Everyone else, enjoy the festivities." And Marcus would bow to
The
sign off.
crowd, yeah, the crowd erupts in applause and cheers as the velvet rope is lifted and people start to filter into the space, all excited to be sort of a part of this. You all are on the lower level, below the main sort of ballroom area of Crown Records. There is an underground portion. It's called the Speakeasy. This is the VIP section, quote unquote. But really, it's to cater to all of your tastes, away from the mortal's prying eyes. What is everybody doing when they arrive here?
Where are we arriving?
Where do they... in the Speakeasy at the bottom of Crown Records. You're basically at a party. Where do you go first? Do you say hello to your host? Do you take in the sights? Try to meet people?
Well, Sylvia, like we already know, is supremely awkward, so she probably just like is either like trying not to be seen, or she's like kind of following someone else around because she doesn't know what to do.
Let's say that you're following Jade around.
Okay, I'm
She's
following
sort of-
Jade. Jade, I'm just like your shadow.
Well, I'm happy to be your shadow tonight. I'm glad you came, Sylvia. I didn't really think that you were gonna respond to the invitation.
Yeah, well, I feel like I should be, putting down roots, I guess, if I'm gonna be undead for a while.
Yeah, I've been debating with that question for a while, and she kind of gets a pensive look. What did it feel like for you?
Oh, well,
I'm sorry if it's a loaded question. You don't have to answer.
I I don't know what it felt like. I wasn't conscious.
You were embraced in your sleep?
Something like that.
Oh, so you just woke up and you were a kindred?
Yeah, it was kind of my mind fuck.
Yeah. I mean, Marcus has told me a little bit about your
Angry, but
plan.
I'm trying to make the most of it.
I I believe in you. I think that you're a a good person.
Sylvia is shocked by this. she
I mean, you
she
can be a little wild sometimes and sort of out of pocket, but I appreciate your brand of bluntness.
Well, thanks, Jade.
Yeah. Well, there should be some refreshments around, and you should have gotten the drink ticket. And she points to the little card that you have, and it's a little crown-shaped pendant on a thin gold chain. So just give that to anyone, and they'll anyone up on the top floor, and they'll come down here, and everyone will know they're yours.
Cool. Now, are these for sustenance or uh, booze?
Well, they'll be lured down here under the guise of getting multiple free drinks, but I guess sort of interpret that how you will.
Wait,
Just no no messes.
wait, what? The free drinks are people?
Well, yeah,
Sylvia's disturbed by this.
I thought you knew.
Uh, I don't, I'm not so familiar with preying on the awake.
Oh, how long have you been kindred?
I don't know how long have I been kindred? Like a couple years.
Let me see.
What am I? A night crawler? What am I called?
You're a you're a Malkavian. Your predator type is uh Sandman.
right. Not a night
You
crawler, a sandman. I'm a sandman,
yeah.
you see.
So you were embraced in 2018. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 6 years.
Wow. It feels like
I was muted when I said, "Oh, the baby."
I am a baby. It feels like it was just yesterday.
I am so sorry. I didn't mean to assume. I mean, you don't have to use it. She like gestures to the pendant. I can
I mean,
give
do
it
they
back to
know
Margaret.
what they're getting into? Are we tricking them? I just the moral gray areas of this sort of lifestyle are
I
difficult for
mean,
me.
I think it's sort of up to whoever, yes, does it. I know some can sort of do a Jedi mind trick or something, but
Well,
I guess the main rules that I was told was no draining and
right.
to clean up your mess.
Well, that's polite. Sylvia doesn't uh she doesn't use her drink ticket to
I
go.
can take it back for you.
Well, I'm just saying what she does. She's not talking. She's not saying anything. I'm just telling you that she's not gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you still enjoy the party. I mean, if you just want to say hi to Marcus and then just stay until, I guess we have some important people like Butch is coming in soon, so.
Sylvie's like, yeah, sure. Enjoy yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Marcus. And she like gives you a quick one-armed hug and just stalks off awkwardly.
Sylvia is probably gonna go like have an existential crisis in the corner somewhere.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a second. Rise. You're looking very dapper tonight.
He is slightly uncomfortable, but thought it only appropriate with how much Marcus puts in his outfits that he dresses up.
Mm-hmm. You
He's
also
still-
have a drink ticket.
He also still has his hat on, obviously.
Lovely. You also have a drink ticket.
Can I just confirm, so with the type that you, like the type of predator that you are, all kindred can still drink directly from a body, right? Like it's not like that type stops.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to
It's
confirm.
more, unless you have the prey exclusion flaw, then that means that you cannot drink anything other than that. But yes, you can drink from a fresh body.
Okay, I don't think that was one that I had either.
You do not have
Okay.
the prey exclusion flaw.
Cool. Just wanted to confirm that. Perfect. So of course when Rise arrives, he would want to greet the host as well, so probably would go find Marcus first.
All right. So you go find Marcus. Where is Marcus? On the floor?
Marcus would be, finishing up with the bar situation, just getting everything like last minute, like cleaning and just prepping up a few extra wine glasses for the night, and just like, okay, amazing, everything is exactly where I need it to be. Everyone is here, and the music will be here in 30 minutes. Perfect.
Good evening,
Oh,
Marcus.
Hello, Rise. How are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing quite well. I'm feeling much better than we did a week ago, for sure.
I'm very glad to hear that. I see you got the drink ticket. I made sure to give everyone.
Oh, yes.
Well, everyone in our little group.
I appreciate that. I also did bring some of my own, if that's okay with you. He just, like, taps aside.
Why, of course. Those drink tickets are for our little friends upstairs, if you wish to bring someone down special for tonight. However, we do have some on tap, and he taps, like, this little side panel, and some extra special ones that littered across the land to express some extra fun tonight. So, feel free to do as you wish. Just keep up the masquerade, and he winks. Don't make a mess.
Rise will giggle, chuckle a little. I will do my best not to. Is there anything I can do to help?
he does like a quick little look around. Actually, would you mind hopping up on stage? I do need one final sound check just to make sure everything's ready for our live music coming tonight.
Oh, sure. Let me get up there. He'll walk over to the stage. I guess, check? Looking at Marcus.
And he just thumbs up. Everything's kind of echoing properly. Nothing. It doesn't. Like, he's looking to see if any of the speakers drown out or echo poorly. He's like, all right, perfect. Thumbs up.
Awesome. Rise will hop back down and head back over. Have the others arrived? I haven't seen anyone else yet.
I have not seen anyone yet, but I wouldn't be surprised that they wouldn't be showing up very shortly.
Perfect. Well, let me know if you need anything. Otherwise, I'll just hang out here.
Of course, Rise. Please feel free to have an expensively fun night tonight.
I'll do my best.
Everything's on the house tonight, and he like does like the friendly little shoulder push with a wink, and then I have a few things to go mingle around with. See you around.
See you later.
And if you do need me, anyone in, you see, he points to like one of the people working. They're in a white dress shirt, black vest, golden tie. See anyone dressed like that? You let them know, they'll come get me, I'll come to you.
Perfect. Thank you, Marcus. Really, for hosting this. This is definitely not something I've ever been at before.
You go around the world once or twice, you pick up quite a lot for festivities.
I imagine.
Alright, Rise, pleasure as always. Please have fun. I need to go get a few things taken care of.
Thank you.
And he tips a pretend hat and walks off to go finish out his final checklist before the party gets into full swing.
Ophelia, you arrive fashionably late. Where do you go first?
She, like, adjusts the sleeves and looks to Molly. I told you, after everything I've told you in Europe, I don't wear a suit. This'll be the closest thing that I wear.
Oh, come on, you would look adorable.
No.
And she kind of like readjusts like the cravat that you're wearing.
No suits. Plus, I prefer my suits able to withstand assault caliber rounds. This at least has the fashion and function. Now, let me see. And Ophelia kind of adjusts the collar around Molly's neck. Are you sure this was necessary? I could have just left you at home.
Yes, Miss Whisper said that it was, Madam said it was important. Said it would protect me for some reason.
I hate that woman being right sometimes. Alright, and she will go in. Yes, we hear you, Cat. And before
I'm
Marcus
sorry, Lestat just wants some attention.
before Marcus can walk away, Ophelia like flicks him in the air, like. Psst.
Fine friend Ophelia. He rubs his ear. Great to meet you. Great to see you here.
Yeah, Molly was helping me figure out what to wear. I chose this. Molly doesn't approve.
Miss Molly. Hello and welcome.
It's wonderful to be here. She like holds out her hands.
Marcus takes it and does the European gentle like back of the hand kiss of royalty.
She is blushing up a storm.
Damn.
Yeah, food, drink, everything is on the house. Please eat your fill tonight. And Ophelia, just go ahead and speak to our any of my workers. You'll notice them pretty easily. I made extra special care to make sure you could have your fill tonight. And he winks before walking off.
Ophelia kind of watches him and just like, I kind of want to know what he did, but at the same time, that tiny part of me that is still moral doesn't.
But I do.
I mean, it's free food.
It is
Yes,
free
but you have to remember what I eat, Sugar Plum.
I know. I know.
Now, do you remember the rules?
Don't let anyone bite you. Don't let anyone take you home.
And especially, if anybody starts harassing you, anyone starts harassing you, you let me know immediately.
I'll kick their ass.
Okay.
Good. Now, I can't keep you on a leash. Go have fun.
You could if you would want to.
Oh, damn!
If Ophelia could blush, she would have like a faint blush. And she just gives Molly.
She kind of grins and pecks your nose before disappearing into the crowd.
Molly just.
As the night. Sorry, go ahead.
And Ophelia just. And then grabs Rise by like the back of the shirt.
Oh! Ophelia! Oh my god. If I. Oh, just holding his chest, even though nothing's really happening. Don't do that to me.
Well, you're the one who decided to walk past me without saying hello because you didn't pay attention.
I was greeting the host. It's only polite.
Yes, but I'm here also. Hello, Rise. How are you?
Hello, Ophelia. I'm doing surprisingly well. This is
look good.
much more grand than anything I've ever been to, so it's kind of fun.
Yet you are still wearing your beanie.
I don't really have anything else that does what I need it to do.
We'll get you to look into that later, alright? For now, let's enjoy the night because it's going to be the first night in a while where I'm not working.
It'll be fun.
She's going to wave over one of the waiters. Hello, yes, I'm Ophelia. I could use one of your meals, please.
Miss Daniels, yes, right this way. And he escorts you to another private room, where there's a small table set up, and he waits till you're there in the door before it, like, the door sort of like shuts, and he lifts a tray cover. There are multiple hearts on a platter.
She kind of inspects them, looks them over, grabs like the middlemost one, gives it like a slight squeeze. These are fresh.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Payne spared no expense.
I can tell. And she does the thing that she normally does where her jaw kind of unhinges and she just...
I did roll hunger checks, or rouse checks for you all, just so we didn't interrupt the scene. The only person whose hunger has increased is Marcus. And, Ophelia, your hunger has now gone down to 1.
It kind of tastes it like, rich appetite. This one definitely lived a bit of a high life. Though the faint taste of cheap cigar suggests that it was more of an embellishment rather than a full-on high life. Something where they preach a lot of the high life, but in reality live well beyond their own means. And she looks at the waiter for like in confirmation.
Yes, ma'am. I am not entirely sure where these were sourced, but
They were
Mr. Payne has assured me that they were all sourced tonight.
Do you accept tips?
Of course, ma'am.
Good, because even if you didn't, I was still gonna tip you. And for the first time ever, she pulls out like a stack, like one of those big stacks where they have like the paper band around it of like cash.
Big stack of tips.
Yep, it pulls out a 200s and slips it into his pocket.
Thank you, ma'am. You're very generous.
Yep.
And he sort of stands aside to let you back out into the party.
And she slips the money back into like her coat, and she's like, and she kind of just to herself is like, Marcus better appreciate that I pulled some money out of my emergency fund to make sure that his people are well tipped.
Marcus being like,
Speaking of Marcus, as you make your way
Yes?
across the floor, you see a familiar hat above the crowd making your way towards you.
familiar hat.
You immediately recognize it. And the multicolored dreadlocks next to it. It's Butch and Sycorax, right on time.
Hello, friends. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying.
Marcus, pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here. Simply a fine place. Music could be a little bit better, but I'm not going to complain in my host's area. And Sycorax is just going to slowly just like put her hand just facing away from him, just like, he definitely hates the music. And just like,
Oh, don't worry. That's what you're hearing right now is the Mortals music, the new artist I signed recently. I actually have a special treat coming in, and they will be here very shortly.
oh, is it
Entertainment.
Sabbath? Is it Sabbath? Metallica?
Ah,
Like, Ozzy? Oh, if you got Ozzy, oh my fucking god, that's fucking fantastic. No,
I tried to
no,
pull
he's in
those
England.
strings, but yeah, I tried to pull them strings, but my influence can only go so far.
Ugh.
I wonder if you've heard of the Sisterhood.
Cannot say that I have. Are they metal? Rock?
Butch
Roll?
would have heard of the Sisterhood.
Oh,
They were a popular group back in Ireland during the 90s before they moved to America. And it was for more reasons than just a scene change.
I got you for this. I got you for this. Sycorax is going to just sort of just like chuckle and whisper in his ear, just like, oh, 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 oh dear. Oh, oh, that sister. Oh, oh, wowza. My, how they've come and gone. Well, good for them. I'm glad to see they found themselves on safer shores.
Marcus?
Yes, yes. Glad they are also signed with me as well. And they will be here shortly for live entertainments.
Well, you know
Now,
what they
I.
say. Never judge a book by
Oh,
by its cover.
right. No, I do know that you two did get your drink passes. Let me explain a little bit more in detail of what those things do. It allows you to go pick any mortal from upstairs with the guise of coming down to the VIP area, and he waves as like where we're standing, to have free drink and food, unlimited on the house from me. They get their drinks, and my friends get their drinks, if you know what I mean.
Cigarettes is going to give a very smug half smile and says, so, we got our own private booth.
Of course, of course. And Marcus would whistle for Silver.
You see a very large man approach. He has an eye patch over one eye, but out from underneath are sort of swirling tattoos He has almost a robotic look in his eye, and his hair is a silvery blonde, sort of buzz cut. He sort of nods to Marcus affirmatively, sort of standing at attention.
Silver, take our esteemed guests to their private booth.
He nods and he
Butch
sort
is
of
gonna raise his hand for a moment, just like, in a moment. But first, it is important to discuss business. I am delighted to inform you, Marcus, that upon due diligence with and slight correspondence, I have filtered your request for baronship through the proper channels to the rest of the barons of the Anarch movement. And I am delighted to respond that they seem to be responding well with no hesitance. It seems you may be well on your way to becoming a full-fledged baron, and if my sources are correct, you may be hearing from other baronies tonight. Speaking of other barons, is Ophelia here? I would wish to break the wonderful news to her in person.
And just tell me
Ah.
yourself, Butch. Ophelia's just behind him.
Son of a bitch! And Sycorax just bursts out laughing. You little dog.
Ophelia gives like a slight whistle, and like Molly kind of trots back over.
Oh, hi. Are you more of Ophelia's friends?
Less friend, more less of a friend. Not friend at all. This is Butch Gunderson.
Well, I certainly hope
Okay.
we will all be. Yes, I'm Gunderson, Butch Gunderson. He says as he just sort of openly extends his hand to her.
Hey, I'm Molly Tibbet. It's nice to meet you. And she extends her hand.
He shakes it
to
very
shake.
enthusiastically, and he says, and he looks at Ophelia. Well, I certainly hope we'll all be friends, especially since we're all going to be in the same line of work, of which
What?
I do have very positive information. It
Butch.
seems as though the other authorities of my organization, he says that he's making like contact between Ophelia and Molly, just like what information should or should not be exchanged at this moment.
Molly.
Have
Oh,
approved.
not for my
Molly-
ears?
No, it's fine. Butch is basically the guy that's giving me my promotion.
Oh, oh. Oh, I understand. You don't have to, hide anything. And she, like, gives him a wink, like, I'm well in the know.
Also, Butch, look me in the eyes and say we will ever be friends. Look at me and tell me that I will ever be friends with you. Acquaintances? Possibly. Friends?
Butch
Why
looks
not? He seems
around.
nice.
Butch just looks around and just like, I'd be more than happy to do that when we're in private. I don't like showing off the old, just sort of taps on his goggles in public.
Why do you think I talk the way I talk, Butch? And she shows off like her teeth.
He's gonna turn to he's gonna turn to Mark and just like, would you mind a little privacy?
Don't worry, I do have a private little section just for certain conversations like this.
Perfect, wonderful, extravagant.
Silver
Of course.
once again sort of gestures to you to follow him.
Okay, first of all, Butch is gonna pass him a $100 bill, and he's gonna be like, for any damages that may come from what may come tonight between me and my wife. And Sycorax snickers.
Is this for Marcus or Silver?
This is for Marcus.
Okay.
My
Alright.
rules. I've already expressed them. As long as you guys don't break
No,
our
it's
little
this is no. This is for and Cigarette is not a property damage, hon. We ran with the rock stars back in the day, and Well, if it's not a hotel room, it's either a bathroom or a booth. You know what I'm saying?
Molly, why don't you run
Yeah,
along?
and
Sorry,
you
what?
wouldn't need to worry about property.
Oh, Ophelia just is telling Molly, like, why don't you run along?
Oh, okay. I'll see you later. And she pecks Ophelia on the cheek and heads off to grab a drink from the bar.
And Monsieur Butch, I promise you, you won't have to worry about property damage around me. Me and Ozzy have gone back quite a bit, and some of those parties were, oh, good times. Can't
It is at
believe I
this
went
point
surfing out on.
Sycorax immediately becomes a little bit more enraptured by it. Like her eyes widen, she actually just sort of leans a little bit forward, just like, "Oh, you know him?"
Yeah.
And Butch is then the one who grabs her shoulder a little bit more tightly, just like, "Babe, you can tell yourself. This road goes both
Yeah,
ways."
you remember a while back ago there was a newspaper story of a man that went surfing on a queen size bed mattress after an Aussie rock show off the
Oh.
25th story.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were some wild times. Everyone freaked out when I disappeared, though.
Yes, well, I assure you, we've had wilder, haven't we, honey? Says, yeah, sure. It's not with the goddamn god of rock and roll and the god and the prince of darkness, but whatever. Anyways, to the booth.
To the booth. After you.
At the booth,
Silver.
Ophelia's gonna grab like a random waiter, put 300s in his pocket, look him dead in the eye, point to Molly, and just be like, watch them. If there is so much as a scratch or a speck on them, I will turn you into paste, and then just walk past.
Yes, ma'am. He kind of like pockets the 300s and like stands back by the wall.
Marcus definitely gives him a look of like, do as she says, because I'm not saving you.
I am
He
I'm
nods
scared of her.
fervently.
I am too scared of her to try. This woman has
Sylvia.
bench pressed me.
Sylvia, where have you gone in the party? You're muted, by the by.
Sorry. I was trying to unmute, but I was failing. So is there like a couch, like in a corner somewhere? I feel like Sylvia's kind of like
Yeah,
dissociating right now.
There's a
On the
secluded
far end
area.
on the far end of this wider range area, so the complete opposite side of the main stage, is a very open lounge area, kind of like seats, chairs, recliners, couches.
Okay, she's like curled into herself in like the edge of a couch somewhere, just kind of like staring at her hands and like sort of spiraling internally, thinking about the price that she has to pay to still like be like like alive, like she's dead, but like to still exist, she has to be like, I don't know. She gets really existential about consuming human blood. She has a lot of shame. She hasn't really come to terms with it yet. She's not like a very confident sort of kindred who can like accept who she is and what she does. So she frequently goes to these dark places when she's confronted with this. She likes to sort of like detach herself from it. But right now she's feeling very overwhelmed. And yeah, I don't know. Having a hot girl freak out, I guess.
Jin, do you remember the book that she picked up last time?
That she couldn't read?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does she still have it with her?
Maybe like in her messenger bag or something. She probably took the whole bag with her to the party. She doesn't like being without it.
Okay, I'll say that the book is still in your bag. You stare at your hands, and you kind of get sort of an itching sensation in the back of your head. Those voices that seem a constant bass line. One of them mutters in your ear, and before you know it, you have the book in your hands.
Hmm.
You're not reading it, you're paging through it, tracing your hands over each page. And halfway through, another vision hits you.
Bonk.
You're standing looking out into the bayou on a dock. Over the bayou, you see the moon, red like blood. It's an eclipse. You feel something brush by your feet, and as you look down, you see countless creatures, rats, frogs, dogs, cats, gators, anything within a few mile radius that could possibly be here. Any kind of predator is running in the opposite direction, but you are rooted in place. And as you look back up down the dock, you see a shadowy figure swinging wildly at this crowd.
This crowd of
They're
animals?
not... Yes.
Whoa.
They're not saying anything, but they're swinging wildly, and with each swing, the two things in their hand catch more and more. In the left hand, a bloody scepter. In the right hand, a bloody sword. As he swings, this figure either kills or the animals kowtow to this figure. And as it gets closer to you, you see in the shadowy semblance of a face, the mouth open, and 4 pairs of fangs rear back. 2 on top, 2 on the bottom, and it's a cruel, cold laugh. And as it raises the 2 objects in its hands, the scepter and the sword, and crosses them over the moon, the vision ends.
Oof. He flew to the moon? Or I guess across the sky, I mean?
No, the scepter and the sword were crossed in an X over the moon.
Oh, sorry. My listening comprehension is mediocre sometimes. Thank you.
No, it's all right.
Wow. Okay, Sylvia's even more freaked out now.
You feel a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's Jade.
Oh, hey Jade.
Are you okay? You looked kind of distant there.
Yeah. Uh, I'm fine. How's the party?
Oh, it's going great. The music should just be arriving for the speakeasy lounge, and everyone else is having a blast.
Great. That's great. I was thinking, I might just head home before the sun comes up, you know.
Really? But it's so early in the night.
Yeah. I, I don't know. Maybe I'm still recovering from that bender. Eh,
Hmm. Are you sure? I mean, at least stay for the main event. Please?
okay. All right. I'll stay.
I promise after that you can leave. It's just I know Marcus would really really want for you to um he would really want for you to sort of stay and have fun at least a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if it's for Marcus, then I guess I should.
Okay. Do you need anything?
Nope. Unless you know how to read this. I
Oh,
show her. I show
that's
her the book.
huh. Where'd you get this?
Uh, back at the evil lair.
Hmm. Let's see. She sort of looks it over. Hmm. It looks like it's written in Italian. I recognize a few of the words, but I don't know. I don't know what it says.
That's okay. I'll just like Google Translate it later or something.
Maybe. I mean, maybe Butch would know about it. He's
Butch?
been around a while. Yeah, I mean, he's been around a while from what I've heard, so maybe he knows what this book could have been used for. And
Oh,
I mean, he'll
okay.
probably want a debriefing on the situation anyway, so
Sure.
yeah,
Hey,
I know where they are right now, so I can take you to them.
okay. Sis, what does Sylvia know about Butch?
Sylvia knows that he is an anarch baron,
Mm-hmm.
that she was basically under his employ with the rest of the coterie to stop the perpetrators who were pushing Cherry Moon.
Gotcha, gotcha,
Um,
gotcha. So this is kind of her boss who she's very intimidated by.
temporary boss, but yes.
Right. Her freelance client.
Yes. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. She follows Jade.
Lovely. Rise. You're enjoying yourself. Have you used that drink ticket at all yet?
Probably wouldn't have used the drink ticket unless he needed it for like an on tap. He'll just go with like regular for now. He might indulge in some of the alcoholic, drinks later, but right now he's just kind of sipping and enjoying.
Lovely. You see. You catch a flash of silver and gold before you see a. Have you met Xavier before?
I don't think he has. I'm like trying to remember.
I think you've seen a picture of him in the group chat, but you haven't met him.
Yeah, probably.
Yes. You see that individual from the photo approach you with the two lovely ladies in tow.
Rise will
Meisha, what a surprise!
Oh, hi. We haven't. I don't think we've met in person before.
Yes, you are Rise, correct?
Yes, and you were. Sorry, it was.
Xavier de Thomas at your humble service.
Right. Sorry, I'm so bad
God
with
fucking
names
damn
sometimes.
it, pretty boy's here.
It's completely fine. How are you enjoying yourself?
It's been a lot of fun. It's relaxing and different. Feeling relaxed.
Yes, I have found many new canvases here. Our host was kind enough to invite me. I heard big news for him.
Oh yeah? I know he's been working on a few things.
You know that his deal with the other barons. This is him declaring his domain.
Wow. It's really happening. That's super impressive.
I assume that Monsieur Gunderson will want a bit more of a history lesson, but this is showing the other barons who he is, making a splash, so to speak.
Splash indeed. Marcus is a really good guy. I haven't known him that long, but even I can tell that.
He is. He is such a gentleman and so considerate of my work. Truly a patron of the arts. And he sort of scratches one of his girls under the chin, and she sort of like trills and leans into the touch. How do you feel about him? His actions?
Well, I guess it depends on which ones you mean.
Surely you know that he has provided for everyone here.
Indeed.
Including Miss Daniels.
It's very kind of him to care. Not everyone would give.
He sort of smiles and then sort of cups your chin in his hand and says, "You still have a naivete and innocence in your eyes that I would love to have myself."
Rise will just kind of
Or
grab
to
his
watch.
wrist. Sorry, go ahead.
He sort of raises an eyebrow.
I appreciate, but don't mistake my optimism for naivete.
You do know what I mean by him providing for Miss Ophelia.
Rise will kind of look away. I have an idea. I don't think about it too much. We all do what we need to do to survive. I'm sure you understand that.
Survival is one thing. Being complicit is another.
I suppose it's not my place to judge, he says kind of half-heartedly.
I thought your clan was all about judgment.
Rise will kind of just glare over at him. You don't know me.
Do I?
No.
You
And
know-
he'll look back.
Rise. Ma petite chère. In my line of work, you hear many things. It is not my job to cast judgment. I feel no need to cast judgment on any other clans. Throw my hat in the ring of politics. Who has the time? But you should be careful. Because the more you associate with one side, the more the other will become envious.
Rise will look up from his glass. I don't know what side you mean.
Anarch, Camarilla, Autarchis. Any side.
Rise will kind of chuckle and swirl his glass. I don't stay long enough for anyone to worry about whose side I'm on.
You have certainly carved out a little home for yourself here.
Rise kind of looks a little saddened. He's like, it's only a matter of time.
I wonder what it was like for your previous home. Well, I will not keep you. I will let you enjoy yourselves, and should you find any of my lovely ladies away from me, they are more than happy to provide for you. And they both sort of curtsy towards you.
He'll just kind of hold up his glass and be like, I appreciate the offer. You ladies look lovely, but,
I know. I made them that way.
right. Of course.
Bonne nuit, mes amis.
Good night.
And he walks off. Marcus, Ophelia, and Butch. Back to you.
Okay.
Butch, I've just realized something. Despite the fact of you being Butch, I'm the most Butch one here.
Debatable.
Debatable.
Cigarette?
Well,
Count as Butch?
I feel like she adds on to his atmosphere a little bit, maybe.
No, well, honey, we mean, Butch as in sort of like a butch lesbian. Like that. Tomboyish.
No comment.
No comment. Dear friends, I do have to make a quick announcement. I will be right back. But please, go on and have your seats, have your drinks, and have your fill. I'll only be a few moments.
That's fine. I have plenty to share with you once you return, but for now, I will honor Miss Ophelia's request.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. And Marcus
And-
will walk to the stage.
The
And
sisterhood is setting up. You see the three young women, young, relatively. You see Saoirse tuning up her bass. You see Kiara sort of adjusting some of the cymbals on her drum set, and you see Maeve testing the mic.
Well, hello, my cherries. Great to see you again.
Oh, Marcus, it's lovely to see you.
How have things been? Better since the last time?
Oh, it's been lovely. Thank you.
Good, I'm super glad. And how was the travels?
It was so much smoother than the previous time. Thank you for having us. It's been a while since we had such a lively audience.
Of course. Glad to have you. I will get your announcements going so you guys can start your show.
Wonderful, thank you. And after the performance, do you mind if I speak to you for a minute?
Yeah, of course. I have a little bit of business to handle, so once I'm all said and done over there, I'll come find you.
Oh, absolutely, no rush.
And Marcus will walk to the stage after giving each of them a quick little hug and be like, esteemed guests, honored friends, gracious family, keys, days, and cheese, I have such a lovely surprise for all of you. All the way from Ireland, I would like to introduce you to the Sisterhood. And he would hop off the stage.
Yes, so the cheers go up, and the sisterhoods start to introduce their sets. They play fantastically. All eyes are on them in that famous Toreador charm.
And Marcus would, of course, now make his way back to Butch and Ophelia.
while this is going on, well, basically, like they have a moment alone, and they're in the booth together, and I assume it's like a booth that has like one of those curtains. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is like one that has curtains. This is very almost walled off. Like this is your own private area.
Okay. So as soon as he's gone, the cigarettes is going to be the last one in, closing the curtains, and is going to sit beside him, put an arm around him, and Butch is going to look to Ophelia, who I assume is basically sitting opposite of them.
Obviously.
Yeah. Butch is going to sigh. He's going to nod his head. He says, "A man of my word." Oh, speaking of which, he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a bunch of Benjamins, which add up to $1,000, and he slides them over to you for a promise well kept for
Ophelia,
handling those assholes.
Ophelia takes them, looks them over, smells them a bit, and then puts them in the other pocket from her own wad of money, as if not to contaminate her money.
Now then, and Cigarettes will actually put her hand to his face, just like, you know, you don't gotta do it to this newbie, to this organization. Just like, this is how we build trust. Please, please. And he's going to lift his hat up a little bit slowly, reach to the back, and seem to be twisting, unscrewing something. And it seems like his goggles loosen up a little bit, and he's going to pull up and put the goggles on top of his hat and tighten it. His eyes are closed in the meantime. He's going to crack his neck, making that audible noise, and then he's going to open his eyes. And they are a bright, glowing golden yellow with a slit down the middle. very soulful though. Like the way he looks, the way he would look at you, it's very, very vulnerable, very soulful. Like someone who has seen a lot of shit in his lifetimes. Like, and of course, there's the course like a very worn ring around his eyes, where the goggles have made an indent for basically being stuck to his face for a lot of the time. But you get a clear, very vulnerable. Like this is a show of trust that you can now see his eyes. Is this satisfactory?
Ophelia's like, yeah, it works. Ophelia just seems unperturbed, as if like, even though this is like a deep moment, to her it's like something of like, another Tuesday or something.
Like, never a wrong thought to keep your enemies guessing. And when you can't make direct eye contact with the person you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, it helps adds on to that layer of mystique.
Okay, Aizawa.
I will take that as confirmation to put these back on my face. And he just sort of takes the goggles off his hat and puts them. Oh, before I forget, you asked me to do a thing for you while these are off. Puts them back in his hat and says, and he looks you square in the eyes with those dead, soulful eyes of his, and he says, I do hope that whether it be 5 years, 100 years, 10 years, whatever amount of time, we do develop a camaraderie between one another. I don't wish to be your enemy. I would wish to become co-workers after a amount of time, perhaps comrades.
I can work with that. And she's gonna reach into her coat and pull out a very expensive looking cigar. She's gonna bite off the end and then like light it and just ooh.
Excellent! And that is when he puts the goggles back over his eyes and tightens it. And if you want, this could be when Marcus comes back.
Yes. Marcus, you arrive back right around the same time as Jade does, with Sylvia in tow.
Ophelia accidentally blows a face full of smoke at Marcus as he walks in. Oh, sorry.
Oh, hi, Marcus. Is Butch around here? I thought he was down here.
I'm right here.
Oh,
He's in the. They're all in
hi.
the same booth.
Yeah,
Just sort of-
Marcus, you're muted right now.
Marcus.
Oh, god damn it, hear me being fucking smooth and shit, and being like, oh yeah, hello, mi amor, and stuff like that. Nope, just completely fucking nothing.
Rip.
Welcome to life. Get used to it.
I know that for a fact. Anyway.
Yeah, we had some questions for Butch.
Butch is going to pull out a cigar out of his own sleeve. It's not cheap, it's not expensive, but it's a cigar. Pulls it up, and Sycorax pulls a lighter out of seemingly nowhere and lights it for him and kisses him on the cheek. Says, "But would you mind giving us a moment alone to discuss barren business?" I suppose you could say. It's like, "Are you sure?" It's like he's gonna just sort of nudge to her, and he's gonna whisper in her ear. It's like, "I'll see you there in a little bit." Pats him on the shoulders and just sort of walks out with a smug look on her face.
Sycorax, if you see my lady, can you check up on her?
She just sort of freezes up in air. Freezes up. She does not look back. But she says, she just sort of shrugs and says, I guess. And then she walks away.
Jade enters the booth and sort of smiles and waves at Butch and then sort of gestures for Sylvia to follow through with her. We had some questions based on something that Sylvia found during the mission that you sent her on. I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I found this book. I don't know how to read it. I hand it to him.
Let's see here. He will take the book from you and looks it over. Well, immediately, first of all, like one thing I can tell you, at least from just looking at the cover, at least, this is the symbol for what looks like Tremere. But alright, let's see what's inside. Let's see what's inside. And Moon, what roll do I need to make?
I would believe wits or intelligence and occult.
Okay, let's see if I have any of those. I do have some dice for that. What do you know? Not as many as other people, but I do have some. Alright, give me a second. Make sure my table is rolled out. Alright. That is one success.
Yeah, it's basically what I sent.
Okay. Latin? Greece? It's an old book. Definitely the Tremere symbol on the front, but none of this I can make heads or tails of. I may have friends who might be able to decipher something like this, but not my cup of tea.
Could I possibly take my crack at seeing what I can figure out?
You may.
What was the roll again?
Intelligence or wits plus occult. You do not have any in occult.
In fact, you found it before I did. I don't even know where occult is.
Is this about to be
It's
another
below
one of
medicine.
one of like the brawling rolls?
It might be. But I do know that my wits. You want me to just do straight roll?
Difficulty
Or was-
3.
Ooh, not much. Let's see. Ah, damn. They got close.
You can figure out that this is some kind of archive for what look like chemistry formulas, but written as if almost sort of an alchemist would have written it. It's very old. It's leather bound, vellum pages, old, stained. Writing is still crystal clear, but you just can't understand the language.
Yeah, I would pass all of that on. Like, this is what I can make out of it, but I'm not entirely sure exactly what it says. Hello?
Hello?
Hi,
Yeah, we're still here.
I'm having a hard
Okay.
time hearing everybody. What just happened?
kangaroo
Um,
shark.
Basically, they're trying to read the book and they don't know what it is either. But Butch has offered to see if there's anybody who knows what the book is.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, go for it. I mean, I was just gonna take it back to my library and try and do some research on it, but I feel like it probably should be in more important hands than mine. I don't know what, there's just something about it. I feel like it's something in there. Something we should know.
well, I can say that this is like formulas of alchemy. not exactly sure what they say, but that's what I'm able to pick up from this.
Wow. We can't let this fall into the wrong hands.
Anyways, shall we continue on with the current business at hand,
Yes.
my
Yes,
fellow
please.
barons? Okay.
Oh, do you want us to leave for this?
Huh?
Um,
Barons?
Marcus will take Jade's hand and kiss her. As you are my crown jewel and always going to be at my side, I do not have a problem with you staying, but I will leave that up to everyone else.
I'm fine, though. I should make sure that Molly hasn't gotten any Shirley temples. For some odd reason, that just makes them go wild.
My dear, would you mind keeping an eye on Molly for
Of course.
Ophelia?
And she gives Marcus a quick kiss before heading out.
Lovely, lovely.
Now then, to business.
Yes, to business. First of all, again, I've already paid my respects to Ophelia, but I want to thank both of you, your entire coterie, on behalf of me, Sycorax, and the entire area of my Anarch movement, for taking care of this rough and tumble business. I do apologize for any inconveniences. I was told by certain sources that a werewolf was involved. Is this correct?
It's fine.
Speak of the
Yeah.
devil, one of Marcus's attendants sort of comes up and says, sir, there's a Mr. and Mrs. Walker here to see you.
Motherfucker.
Amazing. Why don't you get them a drink, some food, tell them I'll be over to greet them in about 10 minutes.
Yes, sir. And they move off.
I'm not going to ask. But, listen, again, professing my profound thanks to you and your coterie for taking care of this terrible nuisance that has plagued our city, our young kindred, and also for the record, unless anyone's curious, my dear Childer is doing better. He still has a ways to go, but he is at least not tied down anymore. He needs a few blood bags a little bit more than the rest, but he's doing fine. So thank you for your effort in that. But on to the business at hand. So today is obviously the night for celebration, and as the stereotype goes, the gangrel such as my sort and Sycorax, I am the voracious party animal. But in a little bit, time will come. This is, of course, the night when we get to say you are Baron of your area, and you are Baron of your area, as he says, addressing and looking at both of you. And I intend to send my... I'm not going to say fucking herald, because that's too Camarilla, but my right hand, my gal, my charming intellectual person who is better at talking than I am. Her name is Eliza Shelby, a Ventrue. She is also being trained and led and groomed to become her own Baron, as alongside the both of you. I currently have her on her last mission to prove herself worthy and ready for the honor of being in this position. But when she gets back, I will have her lead both of you on a tour of your newfound areas, give you the rundown of the Anarch movement and our spiel, and offer you anything you may need to do: a drink, a hunt, we should beat up a bunch of. If you guys happen upon a bunch of thugs in these new territories of yours that are doing ill will, he is more than willing to lend you a hand. And I look forward to hearing stories of the three of you cooperating and collectively working together, as well as with the rest of us, Baron. But she is a bit younger than the two of you, but she's been trained properly. I trust that you will look after her as she intends to look after you. She is not my child, obviously, but I do have some responsibility towards her.
But of course.
I'll do my best.
Excellent. She is quite well spoken, and she will respect anything that you have to throw at her.
Speaking
I
of, I
just
need
wish.
to get back to looking at my properties. There's things I need to look into. Speaking of, I
Oh,
need to
don't.
speak to Leon tomorrow.
Oh, don't worry about the newer territory. She should be able to get you all the books, all the new information about that in books and papers for you to sign off on certain things. That will be taken care of you for doing that. And I assure you, it's probably hold up. My phone's fucking buzzing right now.
Buzz,
I
buzz,
thought I'd
buzz,
fucking
buzz,
turn
buzz.
this thing off. Moon?
Go ahead.
His phone's buzzing.
Yes. His phone is buzzing.
Yes. It's like, oh, wonderful, it's the asshole. He just gives a very angry smile to everyone before answering it, just like, Baron Butch Gunderson, how can I help you, Zidane? Oh, wonderful. I'm so sorry to hear that. Just gives just like a thumbs up to like everyone else. It's like, well, is there a certain message you wish to pass along to I'm with the potentials that I mentioned beforehand?
Touche.
You'll take care of them? Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, well, it is such a shame that you will not be attending this party. It is a hell of a shindig, even though the music is
The
lackluster.
line goes dead.
Well, fuck you too. Hangs up the phone and puts it back in his pocket. Asshole? So that was Zidane. He will not be able to attend this party. He says that he'll be speaking with the other Baron, two Saints, about this matter. Although I do have high hopes, as I said before, but for now you're
Oh
stuck
no,
with
he said that
Wilby.
he can't make it, but he gives his approval.
Okay. Although he did say that he is 100% for this idea. It's one less thing for him to worry about. Just stay out of his area. He's very territorial.
And that goes both
Noted.
ways.
Exactly. So,
There's another attendant
Mm.
tapping Marcus on the shoulder.
Yes. How can I help you?
I have a message from Mr. Toussaint.
Go right ahead.
He hands you a card.
Marcus will open it and read it.
Monsieur Payne, I must regret to inform you that while I found your invitation delightful, I am unable to attend tonight's soiree. However, I have spoken with those who are within our same movement, and I voice my approval. You may declare praxis over the areas of Fillmore, St. Anthony, St. Roach. Oh, wait, hold on. No, not that. Sorry. I need to look at the damn map.
The map is very map-like.
Yes, the map.
I'm the
over
map. I'm the map.
Fillmore, St. Anthony, St. Bernard, and the fairgrounds. And as well as Miss Ophelia Daniels, I give my utmost approval for her barony in the French Quarter and Marigny. Sincerely, Bernard Toussaint.
I'm also gonna ask, or Buddy's gonna ask, just like, anything about Eliza Shelby?
P.S.
Is there?
P.S. I would like a chance to speak with Miss Shelby when she comes back from her trip.
Fantastic. Yes, Miss Shelby's on a bit of an errand to check in on a coterie that I sent to investigate a little bit of a murder mystery on an island off the coast of Bermuda. She should hopefully be back in a few days' time. She should be. She will be. I know her. She's perfectly capable. And as for you, my good man, thank you for delivering this message to all of us.
Yes, sir. And they move away.
Oh, would you look at that? Lovely news for such a lovely day.
It's
Indeed.
indeed helpful.
Yes, it is. Ah,
Well, Marcus, I don't know about you, but do you have any very alcoholic blood on standby? I could go for a little party right about now, and my wife is
yeah.
waiting for me.
Why, yes, I do, actually. I made sure to have 3 special cases for you.
He just starts clapping his hands. In excitement.
Just go speak to the barkeep.
Okay.
Lovely.
Moon, for that thing that you're sending me a message about, did you want that to be a completely different scene?
Yes.
Or how did you? Yeah.
Just in a bit. Just in a minute.
Okay. Yep.
Marcus,
No problem.
I'm assuming that this little meeting has adjourned.
Yeah, I would believe so.
Okay.
On that note.
So, yes. Marcus, are you planning on making an announcement for your new domain?
In just a moment. I would go and inform Jade about it first.
Okay.
So Marcus would walk
Jade-
off. Right.
Yeah, Jade is looking around a little bit confused.
Hey, love, is everything okay?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I mean, it's as fine as I can be. I know that Ophelia sent me to look after Molly, but I thought I saw her up by the bar. Now I can't find her. I don't know where she went. So I'm kind of panicking because I know if I don't find her, Ophelia is going to tear me limb from limb.
Stacks. He would call from behind the bar.
Yes, sir?
There is a woman who is gone missing, and I need you to find. And he would give a very
Yes,
detailed.
sir. Right away, sir.
Good, thank you.
Add on that if she is not found, it is literally life or death.
Actually, sir, I did see the young woman be led off by another woman with colored hair.
Go inform Ophelia right away.
Yes, sir. And he goes off.
Now, my dear, mi amor, I
Yes.
have been approved for the baronship.
Her face lights up and she gives you a big hug, like, I'm so proud of you.
Well, it's not just my accomplishment, it's our accomplishment. You'll be by my side, of course.
Of course. For as long as you'll have me.
I will have you for all eternity. As long as you're willing to stay with me.
We'll get back to that. But as long as I am sustained by you, then we can do anything together.
Of course. Now, I do have to make the announcement to all the rest of the guests here who need to be informed.
Of course. Do you need me to do anything?
As of right now, if you would like to join me on stage, it'd be lovely.
Yes. I'd love to. All right. So you both go up on stage. And of course, Jade activates Awe, but do you?
Yes, I'm going to activate Awe.
Yes. So you are instantly, all eyes are on the both of you the second you step foot on stage. Marcus, the floor is yours.
Before I say anything, would I know that everyone in the room is within the know or is already kindred? Like,
Yes.
I'm not
Security
seeing
is
anyone
pretty
with drink.
tight.
All right,
Security is pretty tight, I would say.
amazing.
Like separate invitations and all that.
Marcus would tap on the mic. Hello, everyone. If I have not introduced myself prior, I would like to apologize. My name is Marcus Payne. But most of you will be well to know me now as Baron Payne. And he would list off the 4 territories. All those within my territory, peace will be with us, both mortal and kindred alike. However, I do have a few rules and expectations for all of you. I plan to keep my territory clean and peaceful. Those who step out of line will deal with the consequences as it comes forward, both mortal and kindred alike. Please do spread the news and enjoy yourselves, for the festivities are just beginning.
You don't need to make a better speech. You don't need to make a roll. Everyone applauds. Everyone is happy. They agree how great it is to finally have a baron of this area. Cheers go up, glasses are raised. And Jade gives you a big kiss.
As I hold her, I would then turn and bow to the people before walking off, with her at my side.
Lovely. Ophelia, you were informed where Molly is.
She goes immediately. I love how it was told, like, a woman with multicolored hair took Molly. Nobody. We should probably look into that. No one,
Yes.
not one person.
So,
The woman that could throw me by my throat with one hand. I should go check in on that. No, but she goes and checks. She goes and checks in on it.
it's pretty easy to find her. You see her Wolf, how does Sycorax typically feed?
Mm,
Typically, she usually feeds with Butch by usually leading somebody into an alleyway. Um, very casually, usually under some sort of guise of just like, we want to show you something, we want to offer you something. And okay, so here's the funny thing. You're gonna love this actually. So you remember how I told you Sycorax did not have a character sheet?
She does.
She does, but I made it a long ass time ago. But fortunately, I pinned it to an old chat, so I just gotta find it. There it is. Okay, let me
Sycorax
give me
is
a.
playing a dangerous game right now.
Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, we're fine. We're fine. We're good. But yeah, that's definitely how she chooses to feed. She might get a drink to take the edge off, so that way she can enjoy what she knows she and her husband are about to do to a certain bathroom. But she's not like
Mhm.
gonna go overboard or anything like that, so she's not crazy.
Mm,
Ophelia, you see Molly pressed up against the wall of the booth, head back, neck tilted, in bliss, as Sycorax feeds upon her.
the area immediately fills with an extremely high amount of steam that Marcus would probably be able to see where it's coming from. In fact, probably Butch also. Everyone could probably see it. Just, like it's like the colossal titan up in this bitch.
Ah, fuck.
I'm gonna give you one chance, Sycorax. I don't care who you are to Butch, and I don't care who you are as a baron.
She retracts the fangs out of the neck and just sort of cracks her neck. Leans back, just relax. Not like I was gonna kill her. She was very fun. She was very nice, and she offered it up. And I figured I wanted to take the edge off before me and my man got it on. If you know what I'm spitting out.
Ophelia, is like scratching at her scratching at her leg where her sawed off is, and kind of looks to Molly for confirmation.
Her eyes kind of like flutter open, and then when she sees you, it's like a bucket of cold water is poured all over her, and she's like, "Oh gosh, oh, babe, I'm so sorry. Please don't freak out. I asked her to. I asked her. I asked her."
Ophelia is still heavily steaming, just standing there, like blocking
Please
off
don't
probably
be
like the
mad.
one. And she's not looking at in anger at Molly in any way, but definitely at Sycorax, blocking off probably the one exit there, just standing there. She's not moving because she knows if she moves, she'll probably do something that she doesn't want to do. So she's just standing, like, kind of just staring with just pure violent rage.
At this point, Butch and Relic are just like, all right, well, what the hell is going? Oh, Sicky, you didn't. Just like, you kept me waiting too long. I got hungry. Just like, oh, I married this woman.
I asked her. Please don't be mad.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at her. She's trying to make me angry.
Molly, Molly, here. And she, like, clicks, like, her tongue a bit. Molly, here.
She looks like a kicked puppy as she sort of like shuffles to her feet and like sort of shyly stands next to Ophelia.
Ophelia, without, like, kind of, with, like, keeping one kind of eye on Sycorax, gently, like, almost, like, if Butch is watching this, it's almost unnaturally gently caresses and, like, looks over Molly and just, like, I will ask once more. Did you ask her?
She nods.
All right, then.
if Ophelia notices what Butch is doing, he is not looking or giving any attention to the two of them. He is just staring daggers at his own wife, and his wife is looking at him with the most smug smile on her face. Just like, this is like some sort of weird. This is almost like how they tease one each other, or like this is some sort of competition thing. This is like a sick thing between the two of them, but they both hate it, and they both seem just like they like they're not. This isn't about them. This is about them.
Ophelia kind of like goes up from her crouch and looks back at Sycorax. I will let you off once, Sycorax, as she gave you permission. But do know this, Sycorax. This one is mine. I do not claim many things as mine. I'm free to let things go as they are. If you so much as drain a drop from her again, I will show you what I used to be like in Europe. And she then walks away, with like Molly in tow.
For the record, after she does
Molly-
that,
yeah.
everyone will be able to hear Sycorax say to Butch, just like, okay, I can see why you like her. We're good.
Molly kind of squeezes Ophelia's hand, and you can tell she's shaking, and when you turn around again, she's crying.
Ophelia pauses and like, and like the steam kind of cools down and subsides. She kind of looks at some people that might be like, looking, and she's like, mind the entertainment. I'm not it.
They wisely clear away.
And she looks at Molly, gently cups their cheek. Why do you
I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize. This heart of yours, and she places like where Molly's heart would be, is kind. It's the reason I love you. However, unfortunately, that kind heart of yours can lead you to situations like this. I am not upset with you. I'm merely upset at Sycorax for taking advantage.
I shouldn't have asked. Oh god, I ruined this night. I thought I would have a better time and it would help me take my mind off what's been happening, but
Ophelia gives like probably the most gentle flick she's ever given in this entire campaign to like, Molly's forehead, like thunk. Now, you know better than to speak like that. You are a kind soul. You see others as pure of heart, like you see them. I refuse to take that from you. It is the reason I refuse to embrace you. I refuse to take the kindness and the hope that I see in your eyes. Now, breathe slowly.
she takes a couple deep breaths and quietly folds her hands around yours.
You did not ruin the night. Far from it. I've gotten my promotion, in fact.
I'm happy for you.
Exactly. Now, and she kind of tilts. Now chin up. Now chin up. I've heard of some of these people who are doing rounds of shots, and I need the undefeated champion of shot roulette to take them out. You may be
She
tiny.
kind of giggles and sort of blushes and looks away. And
You
then
may be
just
tiny,
sort
but
of
your alcohol tolerance is terrifying sometimes.
she kind of smiles and then shakes her head and says, I'd rather just spend the night with you.
Very well.
Work's been really stressful lately.
Oh?
Nobody knows what's going on, but 2 of the girls were no-shows and nobody's been able to get a hold of them.
Well, considering the fact that the brothel is now within my domain, I'll have my contacts look into it. How about that?
I don't want you to get stressed out either. It's
Dear,
probably nothing.
dear, at this point, it's my job to be stressed out, and this isn't stress. It's just work. And she sends a message to Croc about like the missing girls, and then puts her phone in her pocket. Now, let's get you another drink, and let's get me another snack.
She nods and follows you. All right. It's been a while since we went back to Rise.
Steam clearing out of the room now.
He's like,
Yeah, everyone
kind of
just thinks the
moving it
fog
away with
machine
his
has
hand.
gone off. Rise, I need you to make me a wits and awareness check.
Oh dear. Alright, wits. Awareness. That's not how that gets done. Awareness. Wits. +2. Difficulty?
Just give me a straight roll.
Got you.
You feel the hairs start to prickle on the back of your neck. You could swear someone is standing right behind you.
He'll turn around
And
quickly. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There's no one there when you turn around, but just a breath later, in your ear, you hear quite clearly, "I told you I would make you pay."
What the fuck? And he'll like go to grab his ear and look that direction as well.
No one's there. But you do catch the scent of a familiar perfume.
Oh god. And he'll get up and he'll be like,
Sylvia, what are you doing?
oh no.
Me?
Yep.
After the party?
Well, you're still at the party. What are you doing
Oh,
right
I'm still
now?
at the party? I don't know. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. She's not doing anything really. What do you want her to do?
Well, you're the player.
Okay, I don't know what she's doing. She's kind of done everything. She kind of wants to go home.
Okay. Do you say goodbye to anyone on your way out?
No.
You just leave.
Yeah, she just leaves. She
Alright.
walks. She kicks leaves. Maybe she tries to hunt or something. She didn't eat anything
Okay.
at the party.
You are still only at 1 hunger.
Oh, then she doesn't want to eat. Never mind. One of these days,
Actually,
I think it would
before
be
you
fun.
run
One of these
before
days.
you run out, you
Okay.
are so focused on getting out of the party that you run into a very familiar leather jacket.
Oh,
Wolf, if you would.
Wolf is
Wolf?
mudded.
Wolf, you're muted.
To shreds, you say?
Sorry. That was as embarrassing for me as it was for you. Okay, so basically passing by the bar, we notice the very familiar faces of Quinn Walker at the bar and her brother Dane, the werewolf.
She has currently
basically-
run into said werewolf.
Yeah, basically him drop one of his shot glasses and just like, whoa. What's the hurry, sweetheart? What's the hurry, man? What's up?
not in a hurry or anything. Just
Oh,
taking
Dane,
my
shut the fuck
leave.
up. Oh, Dane, shut the fuck up. Lay off of her. Hey,
This is-
kiddo.
Alright.
Dude, you were basically catatonic by the time we got to the bike. Do you not remember who this is?
Oh yeah, I remember. Sorry. Literally, you remember which state I was in the other night? You'd be surprised I don't remember faces from the other night. Alright. Ugh. Sorry.
Sylvia,
I'm in the middle.
You see Dane. The werewolf that you helped free.
Right. Yeah. Uh, I remember you. You looked different last time.
You mean that I'm not a rampaging monstrous monster? Or a helpless victim who's half naked and tied to a bunch of machines? Yeah, this is what I tend to look like. Thanks again
Well,
for saving my ass back there.
yeah, I mean, happy to help. You clean up better.
Oh, don't
Better be-
feed his ego, hon.
No, sis. I'm just making a statement, that's all.
Fair enough. Well, we won't stop you. We're here to see Marcus. So,
Uh,
it was good to see you, Sylvie.
yeah, you guys too. Yeah, stay safe out there.
Take care.
Sylvia's shaken. She's afraid of this werewolf guy, but also she really likes drinking his blood, so she feels kind of guilty about it.
Oh god.
Do
I'm
you
just
say
laughing at-
anything?
You don't hear that
on
statement
that
every
fact?
day.
Oh,
You
Sylvia
could
just-
apologize to him.
No, she's too much of a chicken. She walks home. She kicks leaves. She cries a little. She's full of ennui and dread. She
As most Malkavians are.
Yeah, as most. I'm just trying to, characterize her better. I know sometimes she can be a little bland, but I promise you guys, she's so richly rich tapestry of emotion inside.
Jordan's
Mhm.
fucking fighting his whole kitchen cabinet on his side.
Yeah. All right.
I
So
was.
Sylvia.
I just took the trash out.
Yeah. So Sylvia takes her leave. Marcus, let's go back to you.
I feel like Marcus probably would have just missed Sylvia as he would have come to the walkers. As he walks up,
Hey,
he
pretty
swings his arm
boy.
over.
Dane's basically
swings the
doing a
arm
shot
over both of
challenge
them.
with the guy next to him.
Hey, pretty boy. What you doing?
Well, enjoying a little festivities. He now, for like the first time tonight, is actually drinking something. It's like just enjoying the festivities. Got a promotion. Trying to make sure no one dies tonight. Anyway, glad to see you both accept my invitation.
I feel like at this point,
Quinn
the guy
kinda-
he's. Come on.
Yeah. Quinn elbows Dane. Like, someone saying
Like-
hi.
At that moment, literally, imagine the guy he's like doing the thing with him basically falls over, pass out, and just like, and that's why you don't go against a walker, man. Turns around and you're just like, oh, what's up?
Glad to see you're in high spirits.
Hey, what can I say? I'm not in a pair of silver chains, being puffed up with gas and being drained like whatever, man.
Thinking
And to
of
what
high
I understand,
spirits,
yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
to what I understand, I owe that to you guys, your lot.
Yes, quite a bit of fun and fanatics on that night. But, thinking of high spirits, uh, Monsieur, top shelf whiskey, shot for the two of them. And Dane,
Oh,
Ooh. Well, you certainly
Dane, the
know
good
how to win
friend.
our hearts.
Of course. Now, Dane, um, what's your, hmm, what's your go-to food? Because I have a man upstairs who makes a really, really good hot roast beef sandwich.
his smile goes completely wide. It's like, get me that plus a bucket of wings.
I'll have the order sent right up. I don't know if you've heard of Big Fred's Deli not too far away from here.
Oh, me and Fred, we go way back.
Who do you think's up in the kitchen?
All right, all right, all right, all right. I see what thing you're trying to play, man. You already got me. All right, get me all that. Give me all that.
Well, of course. What's the point of a
You
party
certainly
if
know
no
how to
one?
butter us up.
Of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
which
think of
forgive me if I come across plain or blunt or frank, but you guys saved my ass. Didn't really have to. You invite me here, you butter us all up. Now, straight man in my line of work, at least if I had a job, or really one, would ask, what can a man like me do for a man like you, especially after a man like you has done such for a man like me, you know? I mean,
hmm,
that is what this is, right?
right to the point, I see. No, just an open invitation, letting you two know that you and your kind are more than welcome in my domain. As long as you keep the peace, you'll have a safe haven here. That's all I really wanted you guys to be here for. No, enjoy the festivities.
Well, first of all, I'm not the big alpha honcho, big speak for whole species of Louisiana. No, no, no. Me, I'm just a runt alpha leading a small group of pups who are trying to thrive in this area. So I can't speak for all of my folks on this side of the river or the other side of the river, but for my pack, you might be able to get some help. I might be able to talk to some people if you're willing to do some negotiations, but uh, I'm not really a part of the whole save the world shtick that they got going on. It's a long story. Not your
Nah,
problem.
don't need to save the world. Just need to make sure that people who cross into my home lands know the place that they are walking into. Know that they are welcome, know they are safe, and know the rules. Just want you to pass on the message to your pups and any other, how do I politely say this, friends of yours. Just let them know the rules of my world.
He's gonna take that glass of very expensive bourbon. He's gonna take a big old swig of it and just say, "Hallelujah."
Now, again, food and drink are on me. No money needed. Have a blast, you two.
I can certainly guarantee we will have that.
That's all I want. And as a man from World War II, I don't need to always have an underhanded tactic to call in people for a good time. But do keep me in mind. And as he clicks his tongue to walk away, the order of wings and the hot roast beef sandwich is in front of Dane.
Well, I'll be damned. That was quick.
Enjoy the party, and he would just start walking.
I'm gonna do something so cliche. As soon as he says enjoy the party, Dana's gonna throw up a peace sign, and he's gonna do the human version of a frat guy doing a ow noise.
Nice.
Ow, ow, ow!
You hear a couple of howls of approval as like they see you just absolutely start devouring these wings. And more orders flood in. So Big Fred is getting a big tip tonight.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. No, I'm. As I said, I would go check in on Ophelia and see how she's doing.
Molly is thoroughly drunk.
Ophelia's like talking to another like that she doesn't know if he's a kindred or not, but she's like, I genuinely don't think an arm wrestling competition with me is in your best interest, sir.
Nah, come on. I bet you I could take you.
I genuinely
Come on, just one.
Humor the poor fellow.
Marcus, you're not helping. I will throw this mahogany table at you.
Oh damn, Mr. Payne! What's up, dude?
Hello, how are you doing tonight? Enjoying the festivities?
I'm doing great. I mean, do you mind if I get a selfie with you? Like, you're so fucking cool.
Yeah. Take a picture real quick.
Hell
Wait,
yeah! And he
question.
like
Above board.
yes,
Do vampires in this world actually show up in pictures and video?
yes.
Yes. Well, one
Most of
kind
them
doesn't.
do.
Yeah, one kind doesn't.
One kind doesn't, but most of them do.
Is
And
that
some of them would
Nosferatu?
prefer not to be seen.
No. No, the Nosferatu just are just fugly.
Yeah.
Well, sure. I don't mind taking a photo with you.
Awesome! And he like takes like he opens up Snapchat and he's like, "Yo, what up? It's me and Mr. Payne. I'm gonna do an arm wrestling match. Let's go!"
Ophelia rubs her temple. She's like, fine. You know what? Fuck it. Fine. And she sets her arm on the table. Just thunk. Now,
He,
actually,
like,
what she
traps
does
his
first is she first takes off the jacket part, and as usual, she's wearing a sleeveless vest under there with no
Mhm.
undershirt, and so it's just like jacked Ophelia, Buffelia,
Mhm.
just
Ophelia.
just boom.
Marcus takes his phone. He's like, hold on, I'm gonna make sure I get this on video.
Hell yeah, let's do this. And he like puts his arm on the table and he like holds his bicep so he doesn't like well actually he puts his hand on your arm so they're both steady.
Ophelia like slowly wraps her fingers around this dude's hand, keeping eye contact with him, letting him feel the grip that he has now indebted himself to.
He is you can smell the alcohol on his breath. He is a typical gym bro. He thinks he's stronger than he really is. And he's like, all right, on 3, 3, 2, 1, go! And he like starts to go.
Ophelia's arm.
Let's make this contested strength.
Okay, a contested strength.
Strength and athletics, I guess.
Yeah. Strength and
Marcus
athletics.
currently the biggest smile on Marcus's face right now. He has Alistair's
5.
evil demon smile right now.
I got 5 successes. I'm
you-
going to willpower reroll those 2.
You don't
she
have
got-
to.
Fuck you. I have 7 successes.
You had no successes. You basically judo flip him over the table. Just you aren't sure, but the cry of surprise he makes, you probably broke or sprained his arm.
Ophelia reaches
It
into her.
was effortless.
Ophelia reaches into her thing, pulls out a wad of tens, licks her thumb, flicks off a few, and tosses it at him. Go, get yourself fixed up, fuckhead.
Oh,
Spider,
what the
Spider,
hell?
Spider. I'm sorry, I have to say this, but Spider, I love you, but when you die, somebody gonna carve #1 bitch on your headstone.
Damn fucking right.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
carving HBIC into it. Head bitch in charge.
Damn
Yes.
straight. You have to remember,
He
guys,
like
Ophelia now has a
groans and
5 in
like picks
strength.
up his he like groans and picks up his arm, like his shoulder is dislocated.
Ophelia
He's
just
like,
Uh,
she
fuck,
tossed
buddy.
like
wow.
she tossed like a thing of tens at him and like while he was down, just like, here, get yourself fixed up, fuckhead.
Marcus would
Yeah.
walk up to him and be like, "Hey, buddy, come here for a second," and would like gently take his bad arm, bring him in for a bro hug, and as he like connects, pops his shoulder back into place.
Ooh.
Give me
That'd be probably
you do have a dot in medicine, so give me wits and medicine.
Pretty sure this wouldn't be the first time he's done this.
if he's been sparring with Ophelia, he's probably done it to himself.
I'll give you
Difficulty?
one die. I'll give you one die to add to your pool because of experience. I'm gonna say difficulty 2.
Okay.
Don't fuck it up.
It's not up to me.
I know.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes. So you quickly just pop it back in and he cries out, just like, oh, fuck. And then he like rolls his arm. He's like, oh, fuck. I mean, thank you, man. Saves a trip to the ER. I'm gonna go get a drink. And he like slinks
And,
off.
As I shake his hand one last time and handing him his phone back, I'm gonna slip him a gold coin with the Crown Records logo on it. A little memento from his night.
Thanks, man. And he like sneaks off.
Ophelia like looks to Marcus. Do you see now why I don't like to egg those kinds of people on?
Yeah, but don't also think I didn't see you flex harder than you needed to.
Marcus, literally yesterday, I tore a door off of a car and threw it at a guy as he was trying to run away without paying.
I know. It was funny. I enjoyed that. Thank you for a laugh. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing better. I'm doing better now. This one is thoroughly plastered. And like as like Molly starts to like tilt away a little bit, Ophelia like does the thing where you like grab somebody by the top of their head and like rebound them. Just
Molly smiles up at Marcus and then just offers up her wrists.
no, we've been over this. No,
Please, it's gonna feel so good.
no. Cigarettes got to them. That's what she said.
She didn't take much, just like a cup.
Molly, you've had Marcus. Do you want to know how many? Do you want to know how much this one has had to drink to get this drunk?
I mean, it is an open bar. I would like to know.
Ophelia pulls out like a receipt and then just like lets it drop and roll down the table.
Very interesting.
It's mostly cherry bombs.
But like Molly can put back alcohol like no one's fucking business. So Ophelia is just like, and that was just the start. Then she started doing her dances and started getting shots from people.
It was fun.
Yes,
But-
it was
but
very fun.
please, I
Yeah.
I won't ask anyone else.
No, not from Marcus. Mostly because Marcus.
She like gives like those big doe eyes up at Marcus.
Ophelia looks at Marcus with eyes of "I will slit you from cock to chin if you agree with this."
Ophelia already said no. I know better than to not listen to a fellow friend.
She pouts, but she just sort of like flops back into the couch.
How about this? How about this, dear? Why don't we find Marcus? Can you find Rise?
Yeah, I'm sure Rise is around.
Go
I'll
find
find them
Rise.
and send them over.
Rise, are you around?
Rise pretty much headed right out, trying not to get caught by anyone. I can. Yeah, he's on his way out if he wasn't already.
Word travels fast, and you are stopped by one of Marcus's attendants, and they say, Mr. Payne would like to see you, sir.
Oh, fuck. Sure, I guess. Looking around constantly.
He leads you over to Marcus, Ophelia, and now the very drunk Molly.
Hey, heard you wanted to see me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Molly is in a bit of a. It's in one of their moods, and well, you're the only person that I trust to oblige them. So Ophelia kind of lifts up Molly and like moves them. Kind of does that thing where you just like lift someone up and then move them to the other side of you. There you go.
What? He'll like look
Willie?
at Molly. Is she? She seems really drunk.
Plastered. However,
She's-
I can tell you in full confidence that this is 100% consensual. Ophelia's like rubbing her temples.
Molly offers up her wrist again.
Oh.
Please.
Looking at Ophelia.
Go
I
ahead.
Don't,
Trust me,
God.
Trust me, Rise. It'll take the edge off of you, and it'll help take the edge off of this one, who I still have to take home.
All right. I guess I can't stay long. I forgot I had a call, but yeah. I guess I can.
You
help.
have a call. Ophelia does quotes. You have a call.
He'll like gently
Rise,
take
I'll
her
just
hand.
say for this scene that you have two hunger, or like you can, like, your hunger won't change, but the beast will still be a little bit calmer.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So he'll gently take her arm and just look over at Molly and be like, "Pardon me," before he just sinks his teeth in gently.
Immediately, she is boneless under your fangs. She just sort of relaxes, melts into the velvet lounger, and her eyes just sort of flutter back. You can feel your beast sort of rattling at its cage. As starved and controlled as it is, it wants more. It's sick of the cold stuff. It wants this fresh, willingly offered. It's so easy.
Rise will pull away after a moment and just take a second to get himself. If he needed to breathe, he would take a deep breath before sealing off the wound.
Molly is just boneless, sort of lost in the sensation.
You okay there?
I wish I could say that this is like a unusual thing, but this one pokes Molly's face, has a particular proclivity for this sort of thing. Turns.
Rise
Thank
will
you.
gently like help sit Molly up and just like brush her off a little bit. Glad I could assist, he says kind of sarcastically.
She is basically putty in your hands. She sort of leans over you and sort of rests her head on your shoulder.
the absolute immediate look to Ophelia being like,
Ophelia is sipping on like red blood in like a whiskey glass, and she looks to Rise and it's like, "Oh, calm yourself. She's done way crazier with people I've never even met. She works at a brothel, remember?" Ophelia sips her drink, and like is like kind of exasperated. Like, this woman bangs other people, and I'm not bothered. Do you think this is going to bother me?
well, glad I could help, and he'll slowly shift Molly over to Ophelia instead. Marcus, this has been so fun, but I have something I need to take care of, if you don't mind me taking my leave.
Of course not. You're not stuck here. Please get home safe. If you need to, I will have one of my friends escort you home if you don't feel safe.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Besides, I think I've gotten a little bit stronger since I've met you guys. He'll, like, sarcastically flex. Definitely not as buff as either of Ophelia or Marcus, but he'll smile.
Marcus
a
and
little bit.
Ophelia are two very different kinds of buff.
Well, yeah, but still.
I still love that definition. Like, two very different kinds of buff. Marcus is show-off buff. Ophelia is practical buff.
That is very fair.
Right, so Ophelia, Marcus, Molly, good evening.
Have a good evening.
Rise, you leave the party, walking home alone. Give me another wits awareness.
Oh, Lord. Wits. +2. Difficulty?
Straight roll.
What about a queer roll?
Always and forever. 3 successes.
You feel your hair prickle on the back of your neck again. And you just barely hear on the wind.
Rise kind of like balls his hands into fists, and he's like, fuck. And instead of he's not actually gonna go back to like his apartment right away. He's kind of like doing a couple different like left here, right here looping to kind of see if anything happens.
Nothing happens. The night is quiet. But still, as you move away, you can just get a faint whiff of that same perfume. But as you turn, nothing's there.
Rise will kind of like take a pause and lean up against like a tree and just be like, oh God, before he gets back up and heads to his apartment.
The party winds late into the night. It's been a huge success for Crown Records, a huge influx of social presence, social wealth, and literal wealth has flowed through tonight. Marcus, have you satiated yourself? Have you employed any of your own drink tickets?
Marcus would have used his drink ticket and gave it to Slick for the night. Then he would have satiated himself with the other forms of stuff that he had.
So you're
set
down
up
at
for the night.
1 hunger. Slick sort of comes up to you and slaps you on the back and says, Manito, this was the best bash yet.
You know me. Once I do a little bit of planning and have a good reason for a party, that party won't stop until the day is dead.
As it should be. And Slick then sort of like holds up a hand before grabbing his phone and seeing a notification. A live broadcast has been started. Oh,
What's
what's
going on?
this? Some kind of announcement. I don't know. Let's see what it is. And he puts on the broadcast and turns up the volume. Wolf?
Okay, sorry, I was just waiting for your cue. Basically, it looks like a press conference or some sort of announcements. There's a bunch of different reporters there, like the edge of like one of the old museums, and the familiar face that was seen on the TV beforehand, the face of Jack Kingmaker, is basically walking down the steps towards that basically one of those big stands with all those microphones or whatever.
Podium.
And he says, "Yeah, the podium, the podium. Thank you." And it's like, "Ladies and gentlemen of New Orleans, it is my grand pleasure, my responsibility, and my highest honor to tell each and every single one of you, especially after the tragedy that we have all suffered, the unfortunate incidences of the drug use in the city and the gang violence that should not be tolerated, that our previous mayor has been too blinded to deal with. I, your good foreigner from across the country, but you're also savior to help bring the state to its greatest glory ever. Am proud to announce I, Jack Kingmaker, am now running for mayor of New Orleans, Louisiana. Thank you very much."
Dun,
That
dun,
might
dun.
end tonight's session.
Oh man.
We're not. Can we please do the scene where basically the guy Marcus's guy talks to him? Because I want to have one funny scene.
Oh, sure. One more.
Okay. Like one of Marcus's guys are just like walking, just like boss, boss.
Yes, sir.
You, your guess the Gundersons, yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're gonna need to cordon off the basement bathroom for the foreseeable future. It would seem that Mr. Gunderson and his wife made well, they destroyed both toilets, and the sink is now basically leaking water. We could be looking at a flood if this is not dealt with soon. The entire bathroom has been utterly destroyed. They did leave like some sort of sticky note on the wall saying, "Thanks for the party. Sorry in advance." And he hands you basically the sticky note. It's basically that exact same message and also a smiley face. It's like, yeah, should I talk to the appropriate people for this? Like, this is very awkward. I do not know how to handle this, sir.
Make a call to a plumber. Call
Yep.
call my interior designer. And we'll get that fixed in the week.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir. Seemed they got quite busy. All right. All right. Anything else, sir, that you need before I make the call?
Go make the call. Right now.
Yep. Right now, sir. Yep. Understood. Guy walks away, immediately begins phoning it, and just walks out of the room.
So what
I'm
did you
gonna
guys
have to pay
think?
those two a visit.
It was great. Ophelia does get Molly home safely. She only had to punch